Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be playing around with and swatching some, some brand new eyeshadow. What am I? I'm like, I can't think straight right now. The Colourpop Jelly Much eyeshadows. We're gonna be playing around with them and swatching them. These aren't like brand new. They're not like piping hot new, but they're relatively new. And yeah, we're just gonna be playing around with them, trying to create a look out of them. I really hope that you guys can see how awesome this shadow is and the different colors it changes in the light. I am not gonna tell you my thoughts yet because we'll get into that at the end of the video. Other than that, please make sure that you guys subscribe to my channel so you can stay updated whenever I upload new videos. And don't forget to come follow me on Instagram because you guys will find me on Instagram when I'm not on my channel. And now we can get into the video. This is gonna annoy me. These, like, one is tied further forward than the other one. It's gonna drive me nuts. All right, this is really going to annoy me. I'm quickly just going to fix it. Otherwise, I think it'll just make me go crazy. Oh, I did it again. Backward, okay. That's pretty good, right? All right, so I have 8 shades of the Jelly Much shadows right in front of me. I actually haven't used these before, so we're just gonna kind of be winging this whole tutorial. But the Jelly Much shadows do come in little pots like this, kind of similar to the Super Shock shadows. They also do have Colourpop, as in they. Colourpop also does make pressed powder shadows as well. So we are trying the newest formulation, the Jelly Much shadows today. But first, I'm just gonna get this base situation figured out because, as you guys will see with these shadows, they are actually like a jelly consistency. So I don't think we have to worry about fallout. So let's get the base done and then we'll go into the eyes. All right, I zoomed you guys in just a smidge. Let's get started off with our priming situation. I'm gonna be using the Laura Mercier Hydrating Primer with a little bit of the Bobbi Brown Extra Illuminating Balm. I am using the shade Golden Glow. I actually kind of use a lot of the Bobbi Brown, a little bit of the Laura Mercier. I like to mix them together. Just warm them up in between my hands and really work this into the skin. Oh, here's a big clump. I just realized I was filming and I had a giant piece of quinoa in my teeth, so I'm really hoping that the quinoa didn't show up on camera. For foundation today, I'm using the L'Oreal True Match Foundation. I am mixing the shade W6 with W7. I feel like I'm well, let's just try W7. I always like to shake this one up. It does separate just a tiny bit. Actually, you know what? Let's just try W6. It might actually just be a good match. Yeah, I think that. All right, I'm W6. I thought it was a little bit too dark for W6, but that's blending in really nicely. I am breaking out on this side of my face and I am not happy about it. I'm just using my beauty blender to blend this stuff in. Guys, I'm gonna throw a little bit of eye primer on just to be safe when we try this new shadow formulation. So I'm using the one from Urban Decay and I'm just gonna put that all over my eyelid. For concealer today, I'm using the Rimmel Lasting Finish Concealer. This one is in the shade 200 Light. It's got like this little ball on the end and you just squeeze and a little bit of product will come out at the top. And I'm just gonna dot this under the eyes. I'm also just gonna blend this out really quick with my beauty blender. I'm gonna take the shade Sweet Tea, which is this one right here from Lemonade Craze, and I'm gonna pop that in the crease of my eye, use that as my transition. A little bit on the outer corner and lower lash line as well. I have 8 shades of the Jelly Much shadows, so cut to swatches. This first one is Origami, which is this like bright yellow shade. Then we have We Jammin', Foxes. Next up we have Once and Floral. Then we have Bungalow, Half Moon, Ventura, and Short Circuit. They're so crazy when you touch them. They really feel like jelly. I just made a mess on the back of my hand. I was trying to just like mix up a shade. Ooh, I left one open on accident. See, I get sidetracked so easily. I just spent a couple minutes like kind of playing with them on the back of my hand, trying to pick what shade I want to use. And I decided on Half Moon Deep Enchanting like pomegranate plum shade. So I'm gonna use a little brush like this. Let's zoom you guys in really quick actually. I'm using a little concealer brush from Laura Mercier, and I'm basically just going to pick up product on the brush and then swipe it across the lid. Whoa! I'm gonna get a little bit more. Do you guys see this? Okay, this actually looks like a disco on your eyes. It's so intense. I'm gonna wait a minute because I don't know if it has to dry, so I'm just gonna kind of let it chill for a sec and apply some on the other eye. You guys, this is so crazy. It feels like I'm painting on my eyes. Why did this one turn out sharp? What the heck? I gotta fix that. You do need to place the lid back into the product, which can be kind of messy. So I'm trying to be a little bit careful just so I don't make a huge mess everywhere. But now I'm actually just gonna take like a little pencil brush and I'm gonna try to soften this line out a bit. Starting off with the eye that I did first because it's probably more dry. It's blending out nicely. This color is literally insane. You can see it changing from like purple, blue, there's like a little bit of green in there. Let's use a little bit of this shade Foxes, which is kind of a little bit of a gold. I'm picking, look how crazy that looks. I'm picking some of this up and on my pencil brush, I'm just kind of working it into the back of my hand just so I get like a softer dispersion of the product. And I'm just gonna apply that like right on the edge, so that I get like a little bit of a gold haze around the eye. I'm gonna dip back into Half Moon and I'm just gonna kind of clean up this edge a bit to kind of intensify that a bit more, just so we have a little bit of a sharper edge. Okay, next I'm gonna take the shade We Jammin', and we will use this on the inner corner. To bronze my skin and like contour and bronze in one, I'm gonna be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus pressed powder, and mine is in the shade Cocoa. Just gonna apply it around my forehead. I always like to kind of bronze my skin up. It's nice and dark so I can contour and bronze with it. To highlight, I'm using one of the goats. This is the Maybelline Single Shadow in the Glow Down. I love to highlight with a Laura Mercier finishing brush. I just kind of like pick up a ton of the product like this and then just work it into the skin this way, and you get a super natural, more of like an all over glow, which I personally really like. For blush today, I'm using this one from Laura Mercier. It's in the shade Peach. It's a really nice like soft peachy shade, so it's not gonna compete with the color of the eyeshadow. I don't wanna use anything too distracting or bold on the cheeks. I wanna keep it pretty natural. I'm just gonna apply that. So for the lower lash line, I don't want to put any shadow down there because I kind of like how it looks naked, but just in the waterline, I'm going to put a bronze eyeliner just to kind of make my eyes pop a bit, and I'm using Lucky from Urban Decay. For mascara, I am using the Get Big Lashes. This one is from Essence, and I'm just going to layer tons and tons and tons of this mascara on. Lower lashes too. Lip pencil, mandatory. I am using this one. It is the shade Nude from Revlon. Blend it. I want to keep the lips nice and simple, so I'm just going to go in with a gloss. This is from the Camila Cabello collection with L'Oreal. The shade peeled off. I forgot the name of this one. I'll put it on the screen right here for you guys. Genuinely so obsessed with these. This is the finished look using the Colourpop Jelly Much shadows. I was actually gonna play around with them first before trying to film any type of video with them, but I was like, you know what? you can film it and hate the footage and not put it up, but it would also be kind of cool to just do a video playing around with them for the first time and trying to do some sort of tutorial with them in case you end up liking it. I actually ended up really loving this look. I think this shade Half Moon is so cool. I really hope the camera picks up all the different shades that it shifts when like the different lights hit it. But overall, I'm actually really impressed with the Jelly Much shadows. Definitely want to play around with some more of the other shades. But have you guys played around with them? They are new, but they're not super new. So I am curious if you guys have played around with these shadows. I know Colourpop does say that they're supposed to kind of have like a wet finish on the eyes, and I can see that they're really shiny and reflect back a lot of light, but I just don't know if I would say it's like necessarily wet, because when I think of wet finish, I do think of more of like a glossy look, but I do think this is as close to a wet finish as you could get without actually using a gloss. So I guess I do agree with that. What? I don't know. Have you guys tried them? I want to know what your thoughts are. And I want to know what your guys' favorite shades are of these shadows. Leave a comment down below. Let's talk about these. I think they're really interesting. Definitely going to be playing around with these a little bit more. They're cool because they have some really bold shades, and I think they'd be fun for like a night out, stuff like that. Other than that, if you guys have any questions, hit me up in the comments down below. Maybe I didn't hit something that you guys were curious about. Products will be linked and listed in the description box as always, so on my Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching this one. Bye guys!